Hey, this is Mike with Riding in the Ozarks. We talk riding, rallies, gear, and wrenching. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. A couple weeks ago, April wrecked her Dyna, and I talked about that in a video last week, but if you haven't seen that video, here's a short clip of her wrecking the bike, and that's why we're shopping for parts and working on it. Wow, so that was just a short view from her viewpoint of going down. We have more footage from my bike of the rear GoPro catching it. And we're going to do like a whole video on that crash and kind of talking about what happened and why it happened and all that stuff. But before we started buying parts for the bike, we wanted to, test things out a little further, make sure there was nothing else wrong with the bike, that it didn't have any, bent wheels, or the tire was, out of balance and, maybe busted a steel cord in it or anything like that, brakes dragging, something, the engine not running right, whatever. So the goal was, the bike started, we knew the engine was probably good, but I couldn't ride it at all really with the handlebars like it was. So we took a set of handlebars I had laying around that were new, that I had not used, threw them up on her bike, put all her controls back on there, long enough for me to take that down the road and test it out. So here's a quick video of that test ride, and then we'll come back and fill you in on what else we've been doing. Test ride after the wreck. We got a set of old pullback bars of mine that I bought from my Dyna that I'm gonna redo, and we mopped them up and put all of her stuff back on here. These are not the bars we're keeping, they're not the bars she wants. Alright, well, we're at 45. I don't know how the wind noise will be in the video. I did 45 or 50 on the dirt bike with no windshield, so it ought to be about the same. Alright, well, there's 55. I'm gonna lean a little. Everything seems to align and track okay to me. That's probably a cop coming at me wondering what the hell I'm doing. Alrighty, well, the engine runs good. Everything seems fine, so now we're going to start ordering replacement parts to fix everything that we got to fix to get it on the road again. But I'd say we'll have it on the road in couple weeks. We're not gonna have any time to work on it next weekend. We've got a trip out of town planned. We are going to Eureka Springs. Obviously, I won't be taking the DR on that trip. That's a little far for the DR, especially 2 up with luggage. But I will be taking the Streetglide, and we'll try and see if we can't get some good footage if the weather is good, and do some serious riding in northwest Arkansas. Yeah, Eureka Springs, that's what I was talking about. That's where we're gonna go Memorial Day weekend since the rally is canceled. Yeah, that's a big bummer, man. We were really, I haven't missed the rally in years, but the rally is canceled because of everything that's going on. Not just COVID, but the economy and everything, and so anyway, that's a whole nother story. But so we're gonna go to Eureka Springs with friends. There should be about 4 couples, so 8 people. We'll be doing that social distancing and 10-person group minimum or maximum kind of thing, which is okay. We didn't have more than 8 of us planning on going anyway, but we shouldn't get hassled about the number of riders in our group this way either. And yeah, it's been a pretty good weekend, man. I mean, yesterday we worked on the Streetglide in the morning. I put a brand new battery in that thing. She cranks hard and fires up good. Also, we mounted a new USB charging plug-in outlet in the back on the sissy bar, so I can power a GoPro and she can charge her phone when she's riding with me, or I can charge another phone off of it. It ties straight to the battery, so it'll always be hot. And then I have, let's see, oh yeah, I put a phone mount on there too. I put a Zero phone mount on there with charger, but I did not wire it up to the battery. I've already got 4 connections running to the battery. We've got our regular power and negative, then I've got a power and negative for my amp, then I've got a power and negative for my LEDs, and then I got a power and negative for battery tender, or for this USB plug. So yeah, 4 in there already. If I put the Zero on there, that's 5 connections, 5 cables tied to the battery, and I just didn't want to do that. Especially since I can just run a USB cable up from my cigarette lighter plug. It'll only be hot when the bike is turned on, but that's okay, because I don't, need to be charging the phone on a phone handle, or on a handlebar mount, when I am not riding the bike. Phone stays in my pocket or goes with me. It doesn't stay on the bike to charge unless the bike's running. So running it off the cigarette lighter will be just dandy. So yeah, we got some stuff done to my bike. We ripped her handlebars off and put a different set of handlebars on there, and I did a test ride. We know that she doesn't like my handlebars that are on there particularly. They've got more pullback than she would like. But based off my handlebars that are not all mangled up, we can measure off and we come up with some ideas of what she does want. And so now we know what to look for. And we know the bike's got no other issues with the neck or the frame or anything seeming funny or not acting right in a turn. I took it out for a good run, and she seems fine, so we're okay there. Now she's got to get crash bars and handlebars and a new front turn signal immediately, and then we got to start figuring out what we're going to do for our windshield, because our windshield mounts were mangled, and the windshield itself is mangled, and we're probably not going back to the OEM style. It was a little bigger than I think she wanted anyway. So since we're starting over, we'll start over with what we think she'll like. Alright, man, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. You do that YouTube thing. Subscribe down below. As always, hit that bell to be notified. Thanks for your support. Stay safe and keep on riding.